Hey, what's going on, you guys? Shark King NATO 32 here. It's been a while since I made a video for you guys. I've been kind of busy, but I'm not gonna get into all that. So, anyways, today I'm gonna do a little tutorial video, kind of how to draw Spider-Man, or my version of drawing him. But I'm not gonna, go, super crazy. I'm not gonna draw like, Spider-Man swinging from a building or anything like that. I'm just gonna do a little sketch of him. I'm just gonna draw like his head and a little piece of his neck, because that's basically, I guess, one of the most important parts of, or where the detail is gonna be. So I got my mechanical pencil here. It's I don't use anything special. And for the follow-up of adding any other details that I need to, or like some cross hatching, and to go over the lines, I'm just going to use my R2 roll ball ink pen. I got a couple of these, and that's what I'll be using after I get done with the sketch. And after I get done with the sketch, then we will go from there. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm not going to make any cuts or any edits in this video. I don't really do that because I want y'all guys to get the full experience. So we're just going to get right into it, and hopefully y'all enjoy. So we are going to start with his face, and I'm using my computer for some extra light because it's kind of dark in here because my bulb went out and my lamp's not bright enough. And if you hear some background noise, I do apologize. My pets are being weird, but I do apologize. Anyway, so let's get into it. So I'm just gonna do some light sketches here. I'm gonna sketch out his head. And I'll show you the different processes of the drawing as I go. So looking at all the freaking emails and stuff that's popping up on my computer as I'm trying to do this. Alright, so I don't know what my cats are doing, but it's my phone, sorry. Okay, so we got the main circle, that's where his head's going to be, and then I'll add some different details in just a sec, but that's what I'm starting with. That's where it's gonna go. And then for the neck, I'm just gonna draw some lines out right about here. Freaking emails. Just do that, and then let's see. Okay, so I got his neck and part of his shoulder right here. So it's just gonna be some simple stuff. I'm not gonna go all crazy. And then I'm gonna try to add in a little bit of a cheekbone kind of thing going on here. And then let's see. Maybe, I don't know if that's gonna work that well. I'm gonna erase some of this because I don't really like that too well. You can kind of see what I did there, right here. I did that because I'd get rid of some extra details that I don't necessarily need. And then fix this real quick. See if I can get a little bit straighter. I wish people would stop freaking sending me emails. Don't care about them. I'm gonna try to get a new setup to where I can have a better, y'all guys can have a better view of everything that I'm doing. But so this is the shape of his head so far. As you see, I darkened it a little bit. I added some. There's the cheekbone that goes into the mouth and his neck and part of his shoulder. I'm not gonna. You'll see what I'm talking about once I get more into what I'm doing. But okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw his eyes. I'm trying to think how I want to draw his eyes. I'm trying to think if I should draw him normal or if I should draw him like a comic, or I got an idea. I'm gonna kind of draw my own / comic, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go right about here. Kind of where the cheekbone lines up, but kind of not where the cheekbone is. That makes sense. It'll all come together. And then I'm just going to bring this out just a little bit. Not too much. Because my drawing style is a little different than others, because I draw my own. Sometimes I'll draw my own style. I have my own style where that some artists may use, some may not. Sometimes I'll draw with markers and then I'll add pen later. I know some artists, probably look at me like I'm crazy, or I could be smart, I don't know, but let's see. Sometimes I would prefer to just draw like that because it's something different. It changes art in a way that helps me and helps my art skill, helps improve or whatnot. And I just like it. And drawing this eye is kind of a pain because I'm trying to get the full effect of what I'm doing here. Yeah, my eraser's not that great, so I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go up just a little bit. These aren't my own Spider-Man eyes. These are a little different. These are, I think, some that have already been used, actually, but it's okay, though. I mean, just a tutorial. Oops. I don't know exactly which Spider-Man these are from. These are the only ones that came to mind first. I know you guys can't really see that, but I'll show it to you in just a sec. I'm gonna get this last detail on this eye down. I guess I could do that. Make it a little wider right there. And then make it a little skinnier. That looks pretty good. Not only too bad. So that's one of the later steps. I'll add the black around. I'll do that with my R2 roll point pen. So we got that down. Now we are going to do the webbing around his face. So, oh, actually, another thing that you could do whenever drawing Spider-Man, like if you want him to have like more like face structure, like what you can do is you can like make his nose. I'll show you how to do that real quick. I gotta after I erase this line real quick. Oh, someone sent me a message from Facebook on here on my computer. So okay. Alright, so get that, erase that, and then after that goes, you can make his nose stick out if you want to. So it can be kind of like that. So that's basically how it starts with the sketch, and then once you get more comfortable with it, then you can go on and add what was it, the webbing to his mask. Just adding some minor details. So whenever you want to add, the webbing or whatever, you basically you want to go with just some light lines for the webbing. You don't want to go too dark, because if you go too dark, then they're going to be kind of hard to erase, and they'll still show later. So I'm just gonna start with the webbing, and then I'll show you guys something else that's really cool. I don't know if it'll be this video, but it will be, fairly soon. So, and then okay. And some of the webbing with Spider-Man's suit, you sometimes they're a little further apart, sometimes they're not. It just depends. Let's see. That looks pretty good. I'm trying to think of how, or what would be, a cool design. I'm trying to think if I could think of a design that's kind of different, I guess, but nothing like real crazy with the webbing. So, computer went dark there for a sec. So, basically, I guess, I'm just gonna add a couple more. So I guess kind of whenever you're doing the beginning sketches, I guess, of what you want. you kind of, I'm just gonna kind of make this a comic version, so that's kind of what you want, kind of. But everything will all make sense when it comes together. But alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the webbing. So nothing too crazy or nothing too dark. And the thicker you make these, the more detail will pop out in the drawing. I almost said in the painting. I don't know why I said in the painting, but I don't even paint. So, and then you can do, let's see. So basically, well, I guess once you start adding the webbing, that's what it'll start looking like. Like, that's basically what you want whenever you start drawing him. And then you just keep going around until you get everything that you basically want whenever you draw him, or draw Spider-Man, or wherever you're drawing. Like, you basically keep going until you feel comfortable with, until you're ready to go into the next step with your character. So that's what it basically, I guess, looks like starting out, and then you move on to the next step. And the next step for me is the neck. And then let's finish up the webbing real quick on his neck. And this is, this is sometimes can be a long process, other times not really. It just depends on the kind of drawing you're wanting to create. Sometimes it can be a lot of, detail. Sometimes it can only be so much. But so that's what it looks like so far, just so far. And then move on to this pen, and then just go over him after. Let's just see how it goes. So I'm just going to trace this really quick. Shouldn't take me too long. Okay, so I'm tracing his eyes right now. And this is, since it's not a real fancy detailed drawing, it's not gonna take a whole lot of time, so I'm not in a, I'm not really in a hurry or anything like that. It's just, I'm just trying to get some good details down on him. So just go ahead and trace his webbing really quick. I'll make a more advanced drawing probably within the next few days. I don't have a set schedule anymore with YouTube. It's just I can only upload whenever I have the time. So either way, I mean, I'm still going to upload when I can. So that's what's good. So it's just not going to be that often. That's the only bad thing. But I'm probably just going to upload some drawing videos. I don't know how many gaming videos I'm going to make because they take a little while to edit and all that fun stuff. So, let's go ahead and add this webbing. And then okay. Looking good, looking good. It's coming through quite nice. So this is a lot of detail just for a regular simple drawing, but it all comes together once you put the work into it and the time. If you have both of those, which is awesome. Okay, that's starting to look good. Looking good, looking good. And then after you get all of the line and shading down, after you get done with the pencil, you want to go back over the drawing and you want to erase any leftover pencil. So whenever you go over it with pen with all the details you want to add, you don't see any, you know, faded lines in the drawing, because you don't want that. You know, because whenever you draw, especially a comic book character, you want everything to be perfect, because there's a lot of time and a lot of detail that is required when coming to, you know, something truly amazing such as comic art, which is what I draw. Just a couple more and we will be set to start the next process. Bam, and that's where I am at now. So looking good, looking good. So I'm just gonna go in here, add this really quick for his nose. Darkened his nose. So, and then close it. Grab the pencil. And you don't want to erase too hard because you don't want to tear up any of the pen that's on the paper. So sometimes it may smear a little bit, but like that, but it's okay, you ain't gotta worry about it. Okay. Okay, my pen, that's going out, so I'm not going to use that. Just go ahead and use pen. And then I'm going to add some other detail around the neck, some shadowing. And then we're just going to see how that goes. And I know this video is really long, so let's go ahead and get started. It's looking good, it's looking good. Everything's coming together just as I hoped it would. Other than my pen being dried out, but that happens sometimes. These pens aren't the greatest to use whenever you haven't used them in a while, especially if they're real cheap, they'll just dry up. So okay. And I'm not going to color this with any other markers, it's just going to be black and white. Okay, it's looking good, looking good. Add some other detail. And this, what I'm doing now is cross hatching. Cross hatching is probably my favorite detail user to use. That's just the main step of what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm not going super crazy or anything, but with every drawing that I create, I have to use some kind of cross hatching. If not, it's just going to be solid black detail. So, now I'm going to add the last step to the detail and go from there. It's a lot of black detail. It's coming along. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's more or less, I guess, how to draw Spider-Man. I mean, there's not really anything other that you can really add. I mean, unless you want to. I mean, you can maybe do like some little scribble design, like a little scribble detail. That's what I'm doing. Kind of brings out the picture just a little bit more. But you don't want to do too much. You just want to do it, you know, just enough to kind of get an idea of what you want whenever you're drawing. So and then this marker out, but it's alright. Don't need very much detail. Just some finishing touches. And then, anyways, that's basically how to draw Spider-Man. I mean, I know you guys really couldn't see it that well, but there he is. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I shall talk to you guys later.